I request the EC to please make sure that the LCRs are either present or here on ground or have joined our Zoom call. And if possible, they can bring them themselves if they are joining online so that we can understand. Okay, starting with the attendance, President Dr. Anubhav, VPF Prachi, Vice President for External Affairs Dr. Sanika, VPA Dr. Pratik, present, Dr. Deepak, Vice President for Exchanges Dr. Antara, Naz Ahmed, Dikshita Mathur, Dikshita, if you are here, please send a hi. Dikshita is absent. Dikshita Bharti, Dinesh Mazari, Dinesh is present. Nadine, Ingrid Naikar, Aradhana Vaghela, Shambhavi Verma, Shambhavi is present. Sunanda Banerjee, Dr. Janvi Singh, Janvi, if you are here, just give a hi. I guess she's left off. Dr. Rohan Butala is present. Bushra,
Present.
Chaitra, Rubin, Dr. Sai Snigdha, she's present. We have 21 out of 23 members. The quorum is achieved. You can continue with the presentation. Moving on towards the final candidatures of the day, can we have a huge round of applause for the candidature for the president of MSAI 2025-26? We have two candidates, Dr. Deepak, can you please stand up, and Himani Nanda. Himani, can I please ask you to just wait outside and we'll start with Deepak's presentation. Yes. Sure. Deepak, whenever you're ready.
Am I audible to the members present online?
Yes, we have a thumbs up.
Yes, Deepak, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm ready to start. As Maya Angelou famously said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Empowered, enlightened, and confident in my own abilities is what MSAI has made me feel over the last 4 years. With that, hello everyone, I am Dr. Deepak Devyanshu, and I am grateful to be presenting my candidature for the position of MSAI President for the term 2025-2026. Next slide, please. My journey in MSAI has been nothing short of exciting and exhilarating, serving as the local officer for Research Exchanges 2019, serving as the regional director North 2023, and vice president for capacity building in 2024. Next slide, please. My notable contributions include organizing MSAI's first SRT, delivering 60 plus hours of workshops in both in MSAI and IFMSA, being a part of 3 IFMSA delegations, setting up National Resource Center and Trainers Pool, organizing MSAI's first offline NWM after COVID, and refreshing NGA and NWM structures to make it more diverse. Next slide, please. My term, if I am elected, my term will find its foundations upheld on the following 3 pillars: transparency of communication, support, and result-oriented progress. Next slide, please. My key highlights of my term would be regarding general administration. I would be setting up and formulating an alumni engagement strategy, working with the relevant SCs to set up MSAI sustainability guidelines, and working on solidifying MSAI's stance as an impactful, strong NMO in IFMSA. Next slide, please. Regarding external affairs, I plan to work on having stronger relations with the UN country office and the CRO so that our delegates can get more diverse and prioritized delegate spots. I'll work on stronger relationships with the WHO country office, and I would diversify engagement with national externals to improve advocacy delegations and solidifying our presence as the pioneer medical students organization in the country. Next slide, please. Regarding internal affairs, I plan to structure an anonymized grievance cell for the EBTO so that they can state their issues and problems without fear of scrutiny or judgment. I would structure structure an EBTO buddy group to help people work on their individual professional, academic, as well as personal goals. And I also plan on working on launching a central MSCI ID number to collate data and improve institutional memory. Next slide, please. Regarding activities, I plan on working on local level promotions by encouraging the participants to publish their work and get promoted in college magazines and local newspapers. I organize yearly awards as NGA for best activity organizer and similar appraisals to motivate more people, encourage more internal SWGs to curate activities to empower LOs and to promote patient-centric activities and work to boost engagement in that area. Next slide, please. Regarding capacity building, I plan on working on incorporating more academic opportunities for our members and EBTO so that they can work on both their academic and professional fronts, and on launching an exploratory committee to evaluate the possibility of having an SRT or the regional meet in the country. Next slide, please. Regarding finances, I plan on working on setting up a newer cash flow opportunities under the alumni engagement strategy and strengthening fundraising via external partners by revising sponsorships. Next slide, please. Regarding exchanges, I plan on setting up a task force and work with the SCORI IT to ensure prompt activation of the standing committee and get research exchanges functional again, and setting up a task force headed by the VPS to work with the exchanges team in setting up a research cell in the organization. Next slide, please. Next slide. With that, I would like to wrap up my presentation for the candidature for president for term 25-26. Thank you very much, and open to questions.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Thank you. Floor is now open for questions. Again, same, one online, two offline. We have Prachi, Anuga. We'll wait if any other online question is there, or we'll go to Madal. Before that, can the plenary team and the minute takers note that Dr. Janvi has joined. We have 22 out of 23 members. The quorum is still achieved.
Thank you for your presentation, Deepak. So during this term, there were multiple instances when you were unavailable and your fellow executive board members had to step in. Now, if you get elected as the president, you'll have more responsibility. So how would you ensure that you are consistently available and you will prevent such instances? Thank you for your presentation, Deepak. So what is your vision for the organization 5 years from now? And how do you see your role, if elected, contributing to that future?
Can we go to Madal because we don't have any online questions?
So according to our NMO strategy of the pillar of capacity building, goal number 2 about CB sustainability, what plans do you have for the institutional memory and relevant databases like National Trainers Pool and National Research Center, and how will you integrate them to improve the quality of CV initiative, both national and local?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all of your questions. I'll start answering them. First, the question of Prachi regarding my unavailability at certain points of time during the tenure of my term. As I said, one of the pillars of my leadership would be transparent communication, and I would like to be as transparent as possible regarding this. The causes of my unavailability at multiple instances during this term were due to hectic internship schedules throughout. In the coming term, I would like to ensure that first, I would like to assure all of you that my academic responsibilities are getting over in the month of June as soon as the handover period is over and the support team calls open. And regarding my internship, that as well is getting over in the month of June by the time the handover period is over and the support team calls open. So essentially from the month of June, July 2025 to June, July 2026, I have no further academic or professional responsibilities, and all of my focus will be diverted towards the organization. Since there will be nothing else holding me down, my primary and main focus would be working for the organization, and that is how I will tackle the issues regarding the unavailability that were faced during this term. Regarding Anaga's question, my vision for the organization for the upcoming 5 years. If we talk about the organization's future in the country, I envision MSAI as the leading representative of medical students throughout the country, which not only helps the medical students on professional and extracurricular fronts, but also on academic fronts. And regarding Mradul's question about CB sustainability, I have already set up the National Research Center, National Resource Center, and the National Trainers Pool, in addition to the centralized induction tracking sheet that have been thoroughly integrated during this term, during the NGA. And I would make sure that through the handover, the next VPCB can carry that forward and ensure that there is CB sustainability moving forward throughout the terms. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. People, if I could ask you to go out of the plenary room, and can we have the last candidate for today, candidate for president of MSCI 2025-26, remember?
Am I audible?
Yes. Imani, whenever you're comfortable, we'll start.
I am ready. Good evening to one and all present here. I am Dr. Imani Nanda, an intern at Pramukh Swami Medical College, and I am here to present before you my candidature for president for the term of 2025 and 26. Next slide, please. My journey has been quite a long with MSI, and it has all been fun and home. When I was a general delegate at NGA 2021, there was a big gate that welcomed me on the website of NGA. And I am very grateful that I unlocked that opportunity. And today, from LORP to VPI, I stand before you as a person who has not only grown as a person in this organization, but has also acquired the skills of leadership. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. If elected, I aim to implement strategic and clear initiatives. My major initiative is implementation of the MSCI strategy, carefully curated and reflected upon by the EBTO. My another major goal for my term would be SCORI reactivation, so that me, the VPX, and the NORIs are back in the next term for the exchange contracts, and we will be back on the track. My another initiative is, which I'm very passionate about, is a think tank for research in collaboration with SCORI and biotech units. We as MSCI members, as EBTO, do put so much efforts in launching activities and developing intellectual memories that go into waste, because we are yet to work on this, and that will be my stepping stone for my term as a president. Few other strategies that I have in my term is launching an alumni portal, which they can access, and career counseling by them at national meets. Along with that, I will be working with the VPA and the national officers for developing national priorities in alignment to the regional priorities and SDGs. Next slide, please. For organizational growth and outreach, standardizing branding, launching a monthly newsletter, using YouTube Shorts, the most used medium in India right now for awareness, discussing the possibility of small inventory, revamping the MSCI website in a financially sustainable way. Next slide, please. Locally, I plan to have a sustainable collaboration. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. With the backbone of our team, the EBTO and the units, I plan to have a competency modules and address the queries as and when required, and make them an independent part of a decision-making process. For the backbone of our organization, the general members, I envision to have member spotlights and virtual badges, so that their work is appreciated at all levels possible. Lastly, I would like to say that leadership is the capacity to translate into vision into a reality. And my vision for my term is to shape MSI into a stronger, kinder, and more impactful movement. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The floor for the last time is open again. We have two offline and one online. Online, we have Pratik, Prachi from offline, and Anaga.
Thank you for your presentation, Himani. So, what is your vision for the organization if elected in the next 5 years? And how do you see your role as president contributing to that future? Thank you for your presentation, Himani. My question is, what would be your strategy to increase alumni engagement, especially with respect to fundraising opportunities?
Thank you so much. And we have Pratik's question online. August meeting 2025 will be a crucial platform to do things that we could not do last year. Can you tell me your plan to ensure that such shortcomings are overcome and we get MSCI SCORI active again?
Thank you for your questions. I'll begin with Anaga's question. As mentioned in my presentation, I envision MSI to be a stronger, kinder, and impactful organization. For that, the stepping stones will be laid by me so that the teams coming up in the next 5 years work on it and make MSI a organization that is important not only for the medical students but as stays important in the global and national health initiatives. For that, the MSI strategy being the foremost, my vision project, which is the research tank. Another few projects are collaborating with the colleges and making our organization relevant to them so that they understand that MSI, what work MSI does and how relevance we bring to the field of medicine. And that is where I see MSI in the next 5 years being the most relevant and viable organization for not only for medical students but also for global health. Coming to Prachi's question, for alumni fundraising, the alumni first have to be engaged with. To engage the alumni, I plan to have an alumni portal where they not only can log in, but also can access what is happening in MSI right now, and they can contribute to the projects that they find helpful with. That way, we not only will sustain our general members with their vision, we will also engage alumni with them. We will sustain a bilateral relation directly between our alumni and general members. Coming to Pratik's question, August meeting 2025 is going to be the most important August meeting for us because
Last 30 seconds.
one of our very important standing committee will be reactivated there, which I, as a president, stand here and declare, if elected, I declare in front of you. For that, I will work with the SCORI IT, follow all their regulation, work with the VPX, work with the NORIs, and do whatever I can to bring back SCORI on its foot and get it for the exchange contracts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Can we have people inside? Dear video members present online and offline, thank you so much on behalf of the plenary team and the subco for giving your hardest your toughest. And I will congratulate all candidates who have applied. You have done an amazing job, whole heart, and a lot of efforts have gone into that. And from on behalf of the whole plenary team and subco, I thank so much. And hereby, I declare that we finished with the all candidates for MSI of officials and 2026. I now hand over mic to my dearest colleague, Dr. Neelam Selim, who is representing the Supervisory Council 2024-25.
Uh, Again, congratulations to everyone who have finished their presentations. So we'll soon be moving on to the voting section of this plenary. Even before that, I just want to make sure if all the LCRs are present online, and we'll be doing a quick attendance of everyone present here, including the EBTO.
Before moving on to the voting part of the plenary, I would like I would like to ask the EC whether the LCRs are present here or have joined or not. We'll give it another 30 seconds. Then we'll proceed for a vote count of all the EBTO members and the LCRs. After that, we'll move towards the voting procedures.
Also, who is not taking part in the voting, those who do not have the voting rights, we request everyone to please step outside, except for the plenary team again, and the minutes taker and all. So, Maybe we can have one EC representative. EC. And one OC member as well. Okay. Now, once everyone's cleared,
Yes. The deadline for filing emojis is till tomorrow 12 p.m. 12 noon. Okay. So before we start, some ground rules before we start with the election process. We, if possible, can the OC members or OC volunteers move to one side so that we can have a clear transparency. Can they move towards my right? An OC volunteer. Can the OC volunteer, Kaushik, can you sit behind the white table? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. Some ground rules before we go. We'll be maintaining a certain distance before we proceed to the voting. As we have ample number of chairs around us, so I'll request everyone to please occupy chairs and leave at least one chair between the two members of the EBTO and LCR. So there should be at least one chair distance between an EBTO and LCR member. Alternately, you can start moving. I'm not going to call out names. You can start moving. You can carry your laptop, just your laptop. That would be enough. Or if you're voting on your mobile phone, you can carry your mobile phone, but make sure you don't have any other communicating device with you. Prachi, can you move one chair, piche? Yes. Yes. We'll be going on in the same order of the presentation as we have gone today. I hope all the LCRs are present here. Okay, perfect. We'll start with the attendance of the EVTO and then of the LCRs. President Dr. Anaga, VPI Himani, VPF Prachi, VPE Dr. Sanika, VPA Dr. Pratik,
Present, BPA present.
Pratik is present, VPCD Dr. Deepak, VPX Dr. Antara, the TO Maz Ahmed, Dikshita Mathur,
Present.
moving on, Yashika Bharti, Anish Mazari, Anish is present, Fatima Nadine, Mujur Naikar, Adna Wagela, Shambhavi Verma,
Present.
thank you, Sunanda Banerjee, Dr. Janvi Singh, Janvi is present, Dr. Varman Vitoy, is present, Shreyas, Bushra,
Present.
thank you, Chaitra, Nolan, Dr. Snai Sikda,
Present.
thank you so much. Moving on to the LCRs. LCR East from Bihar, Sushovan Paul is present. West Bengal LC is Naini Das. Yes, she's present. Moving on, Gujarat LC, Vanshita Mehta. Vanshita is present. Moving on, Aditi Mughal. Aditi is present. Moving on, Saurav Arora, Karnataka LC. He's present. Abhishek Narayana R. LC from Tamil Nadu, Abhishek Narayana R. Last call, Tamil Nadu LC, Abhishek Narayanan R. Abhishek is absent. LC of Delhi, Haryana and Chandigarh, Devanshi Khurana. North region, LC of Delhi, Chandigarh and Haryana, Devanshi Khurana. Yes. Haryana and Chandigarh LC, Devanshi Khurana. Last call. Remains absent. Uttar Pradesh LC, Sajjad Hussain. Thank you so much. See, let us know when Abhishek is joining or we'll proceed. Devanshi Khurana. If someone is in contact with them, can they please let them know that we have started the voting process? Wow. So Zoom user who's come online, can they rename themselves, please, or they can write in the chat box what's the name? They write in the chat box the name. Zoom user who have recently joined. Can they please write in the chat box the name or unmute themselves and introduce? And wait for another 30 seconds or else we'll start.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
I'm Devanshi, LCR North, and I wanted to say I'm present. I wrote in the chat box.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vanshi.
Thank you.
Yes. Sorry. Guess some. Guest 1 5G or guest 2 is also available. We'll wait for another 30 seconds. I believe Abhishek has received the link and is joining. Okay, we have I'll just check once. Okay, we have Abhishek with us. Abhishek, if you can just put a thumbs up, write something in the chat box or unmute yourself to mark that as your attendance.
Nadu present.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. We have 31 members, including all the LCRs as well as the EDT members, and everyone is present. All 31s are present. I will hand over the mic to Neil.
So we'll be starting with voting for the first candidate. Yeah, it's the same as day one of plenary. If anyone has any issues logging in, including the ones present online, please put it in the chat section.
The vote has not been opened yet.
Yeah.
We just wait for another 10 seconds.
So we'll be starting with voting for the first candidate, RD North candidate. It's still not open. Okay. Please note the voting is still not open. Okay, so we hope all of you are ready. So we'll be starting with voting for the first candidate for RD North. That is Mahima Baral. Those present online, please note the vote is now open. Can you please reconnect to some other Wi-Fi number? We're yet to receive 2 more votes. Yet to receive 1 more vote. Voting is now closed. So we'll be moving on to the candidates for Regional Director South. The first candidate is Deepak Raj. Just give me a second. The vote is now open. I repeat, for those present online, the vote is now open. Vote for candidate for RD South, Deepak Raj. Kindly cast your vote. Yet to receive one more vote. If anyone's facing any difficulty, please let us know. Vote is now closed. Moving on to the second candidate for RD South. Also, few of them are using two devices. Please make sure you just have like one device with you at all times. You lose your voting rights just in case you're using two devices. Please make sure you can, come in the center and just keep your devices if you're on either sides. Moving on to the second candidate of RD South, Ishika Kumar. Ishika Kumar is not there. Okay. Moving on to the next candidate for RD South, Shraddha. Shraddha CK. It's now open. For those present online, the vote is now open to vote for candidate for RD South, Shraddha CK. Three more votes to be received. 2.2 more votes to be received. 1. Stand up. 1. those who are present online, on ground, if you guys are facing any difficulties, please let us know. Get to receive one more vote.
Uh, Janvi is facing some network connectivity and Nemo vote is not loading for her. Uh, Janvi, another 30 seconds will be provided. If you can refresh and connect to some stable internet connection or some Wi-Fi, we'll provide another 30 seconds.
So with that, we close the vote. The candidate side, Shraddha. Moving on to the next candidate for Regional Director West. Moving on to the next candidate, RD West, Ritija. Kindly refrain from entering the plenary room. The voting is in progress. Four more votes to be received. Received. I will take this program offline, online. If you guys have any issues, please reach out to us or inform using the chat section. Okay, we'll receive all votes. With that, we'll be closing the vote for the West candidate, Ritija. To the next candidate, Regional Director West, Jay Tucker. It's now. It's to be received. One vote to be received. To be received. Those facing any issues, please raise your hand or mention in the chat section. I repeat, one vote to be received. For the candidate for RD West, Jay Tucker, we have received all votes. Moving on to the next position, National Officer and Professional Exchange, National Exchange Officer. First candidate is Avishka. It's now open. Votes are yet to be received. Stands at 1. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next candidate, same position, National Officer of Professional Exchange, National Exchange Officer, Rahul. The vote is now open. Vote to receive 2 more votes. Stands at 1. Expecting 1 more vote. Vote to receive. Anyone facing any technical network issues, please let us know. Raise of hand or using the chat section. Currently voting is in progress. It's for the candidate for National Exchange Officer, Rahul. Still stands at 1 vote to be received. received all votes. With that, we move to the last candidate for National Exchange Officer, Hiroshi. To be received. I repeat, 2 more votes to be received. Stands at 1 vote to be received. To be received. Anyone facing any technical or network issues online or in person, please share your concerns. With that, we have received all votes. Moving on, we have candidates for the National Officer and Research Exchange. The first candidate that you will be voting is Karuna. To be received. Still stands at 2 votes to be received. 1 vote to be received. To be received. We're currently voting for the candidate for National Officer on Research Exchange, Karuna. Received. If you're facing any difficulties, please share it in the chat so that we can give more time. Still stands at 1 to be received. Hopefully you will be able to make it. One vote to be received. I request all voters to please be aware that you're putting others at stake because we really need to wrap up the voting as soon as possible because we have time restriction with the venue. Currently waiting for the candidate for National Office on Research Exchange, Karuna. We still repeat that there's just one vote that we're expecting. So kindly vote if you haven't. Or please mention or notify us in the chat or with raise of hand. So we'll be closing the vote now. We haven't received one vote. Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. The vote is still open. Voting for candidate for National Officer on Research Exchange, Karuna. There's no concerns raised in the chat and in person. Okay, so with that, we'll be closing the vote. We still haven't received one vote. Please make sure moving forward, you're on tip of your fingers and then you have everything in place. Moving on to the second candidate for National Office on Research Exchange, Harsh. The vote is present online. The vote is now open for candidate for National Officer on Research Exchange, Harsh. Yet to receive one vote. Whoever that person is, please be mindful of the time. You have to receive one more vote. Giving 15 more seconds. You have received all votes. Moving on to the next position, National Officer on Human Rights and Peace. First candidate that you guys are voting for is Arya. Those present online, please note the vote is now open for candidate for National Office on Research, on Human Rights and Peace, Arya, the first candidate. You have to receive 3 votes. Stands at 2. Still stands at 2. 2 more votes to be received. One vote to be received. I repeat, one vote to be received. Last 30 seconds will be provided. Okay, so we've received all votes. Moving on to the next candidate. For North is Ishita. Three votes to be received. Still stands at 3. Currently 2. Three. 30 seconds will be provided. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next position. National Officer on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including HIV and AIDS. The first candidate that you'll be voting upon is Sona. Voting is in progress. 3 votes to be received. Stands at 2. Stands at 1. Still stands at 1. Yet to receive 1 more vote. I repeat, for those present online, who are yet to receive 1 more vote. Last 30 seconds. Last 15 seconds. Voting is still in progress for Nora candidate Sona. 1 vote to be received. I repeat, 1 vote to be received. With raise of hands or using the chat section, please inform us if you're facing any difficulties. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next candidate for the same position. Mahiba. Vote is no. For those present online, voting is in progress for the candidate of Nora Mahiba. Yet to receive 3 more votes. Stands at 1. The votes. Moving on to the last candidate for this specific position, National Officer on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including HIV and AIDS, Gia. There's no open, you can please check. Those present online, voting is in progress for the position of Nora, the last candidate, Gia. Three votes to be received. Stands at 2. To be received. We have received all votes. Now, moving on to the next position, National Public Health Officer, first candidate, Drashti. The vote is now open. Yet to receive 4 more votes. Stands at 3. Those present online, offline, please refresh, try to vote. If you're asleep or you're falling asleep, please wake yourself up. One vote to be received. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next candidate and the last candidate for National Public Health Officer, Ovia. The vote is now open. Those present online, please note the voting is in progress for the position National Public Health Officer. The last candidate, Ovia. Three votes to be received. stands at 1. We have received all votes. That was quick. Moving on to the next position, National Officer on Medical Education. The first candidate, Atman. Please note you're voting for the first candidate, Atman Soni, for the position of National Officer on Medical Education. Three votes to be received. Kindly wake up. One more. I repeat, anyone facing any difficulties online, in person, use the chat or raise your hand. Received. Kindly refresh. We're voting for the first candidate, Bonomi. Wait the last 30 seconds. Can this be done after the vote, please? One more vote to be received. Kindly notify us if you're facing any difficulties. We have received votes. To the second candidate for the same position.
Before we start voting, I would like everyone to remind that this is being live streamed. So can you please maintain decorum, please sit properly, please, this will be all live streamed and it's been watched by almost 30 people on YouTube. Good number for us. So we'll maintain the decorum of the room of plenary. And if you're facing any issues, please let us know. We also want a good night's sleep. We'll move fast.
Moving on to the second candidate for the same position, National Officer on Medical Education, Hardat. The vote is now. Those present online, voting is in progress for the position National Officer on Medical Education. The candidate is Hardat. Three votes to be received. Two votes to be received. Stands at 1. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next candidate, third candidate for the same position, National Office of Medical Education. This is Shita Patel. Those are present online, please note the voting is in progress for the position National Officer for Medical Education, and the candidate is Ishita Patel, the third candidate. Yet to receive 4 more votes, stands at 2. Can you speak after this vote concludes? Can it wait? Stands at 1. Still stands at 1. Those present online and offline, please note you're voting for the candidate for National Officer Medical Education, candidate Ishita Patil. The voting is still open, yet to receive 1 vote, and we have received all votes. Okay. So moving on. Yes. Unfortunately, we cannot, because we'll try to wrap up pretty soon. Moving on to the next candidate, same position, Mahika. So what is number? Thank you for voting for the last candidate for this position, National Officer in Medical Education, Mahika. The voting is in progress. Please cast your vote. With that, we have just 2 more votes to be received. Stands at 1. Received all votes. Moving on to the next position, Director of Public Relations and Communication, DPRC, Divyansh. Please note those who are present online that the voting is in progress for the position for DPRC and the candidate is Divyansh. Kindly cast your votes. Yet to receive 3 more votes. Stands at 2. What we see there. Moving on to the next position. These are the positions of the executive board. Please note, we don't have any candidates for vice president for exchanges. The first candidate that you'll be voting and the position is Mradul, that is the vice president for capacity building. The voting is still not open, so we have so we'll be starting. It is now open. Those are present online. Please note the voting is in progress for the position Vice President for Capacity Building, and the candidate is Mradul. Yet to receive 2 more votes. Still stands at 2. It's 1. Still stands at 1. 1 vote to be received for the position of UTCB Mradul. Those who are present online, offline, any difficulties, please let us know. Still stands at 1. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next position. Vice President for Activities, and the candidate is Yashika. The vote is now open. Yet to receive 3 more votes stands at 1. Please note you're voting for the position of VP A, Yashika, who have received all votes. Moving on to the next position, Vice President for Finances. The first candidate, Chaitra BA. The voting is now open. Those who are present online, please note the voting is in progress for the position Vice President for Finances, and you're voting for the first candidate, Chaitra. I'd like to receive one last vote for this candidate. Last vote. Yet to receive one last vote. We have received all votes. With that, we are moving on to the next candidate for the same position, Vice President for Finances, Sunanda. The vote is now open. Those who are present online, please note the voting is in progress for this position, Vice President for Finances, and you're voting for the second candidate, that is Sunanda Banerjee. You have to receive 3 more votes. Stanza 2. We have received all votes. Moving on to the next position, Vice President for External Affairs. You will be voting for the first candidate, Dr. Partha Saha. It's live, you can start listing your votes. Those who are present online, please note the voting is in progress for the position Vice President for External Affairs, VPE, and you're voting for the first candidate, Dr. Partha Saha. You have to receive 3 more votes. Stands at 1. We have received all votes. Moving on to the second candidate for the same position, Vice President for External Affairs, Fatima. Is not in the building. Present online. Please note the voting is in progress for the position Vice President for External Affairs, and the candidate is Fatima. What to receive 4 more votes stands at 3. And we have received all votes. So moving on to the last but one position, that is Vice President for Internal Affairs. Voting for the only candidate, that is Leah. Voting votes are present online. Please note the voting is now open and in progress for the position Vice President for Internal Affairs, Leah. Yet to receive one last vote. I repeat, yet to receive one last vote. And we received votes. So, moving on to the last position, President, and the first candidate that will be voting is Dr. Deepak. Is now open. Those online, please note your voting. First candidate for President, Dr. Deepak, yet to receive 2 votes. We have received all votes. Moving on to the last candidate, same position for the day. Last candidate for the day, Dr. Himani Nanda. The voting is now open. Those are present online. Please note the voting is in progress for the candidate for president, Dr. Himani. We have to receive 2 more votes. 2 votes and we received all votes. So you guys are done officially for the day. I'd like to thank everyone present online, offline for cooperating and finally making this a successful voting.
Thank you so much, Neil, and thank you so much, everyone who's present here. You can return back to your seats if you want. This will finish with the voting process for the candidates for the EVTO 2025-2026. I thank all the LCRs as well and the EC for making sure it runs smoothly. I thank Supervisory Council, Dr. Neil M. Salian, for making sure that the voting process was conducted as smooth as possible. With this, our agenda for the today's plenary is finally finished. And if we can, meet Dr. Pratik Sarangi unmute himself, so we can all wish him happy birthday. And can we stop the live stream as well?
Thank you so much, Plenary Chair, for this opportunity.
Wait. Okay, with this, we have just 1 second. With this, officially, the plenary for day 3 of NGA Pondicherry 2025 has been closed for today. Thank you so much, all the OC members, EBDO members, LCRs, EC, plenary team, and the